Hi, this is Anaya Wright, and this is my integrated instructional unit presentation. So my instructional unit is all about camping. My host teacher and I were taking similar courses around curriculum, and she came up with the idea. I love the idea because it related to the environment that we live in. The lessons I plan to present to teach all different aspects about camping are group tent building, making splints, creating a camp scene, rock counting, and shadow puppets. Group tent building is where we all, the children and the adults, build something together. Making splints are where the children pair up and practice pretending that their friend's arm is broken and learning how to help while also making their friend feel better. It even included a little dramatic play on my end, anyway. Creating the camp scene is really where the drama comes in. The children in a small group pretend to be camping. The children have a pre-scheduled outside time for an hour, so we use that time for rock counting and rock gathering. The children have a rock collection as well, so we had them sort 2 of the rocks out of the 10 that they found outside from small, medium, and large. And they could leave 2 in the rock collection and take the rest home, but they counted 10. Last but not least, we have shadow puppets. This is the lesson where I decided to add technology and found a quick 2-minute video about what a shadow is and how to make shadow puppets. I gave all the children their own flashlights and let them practice on their own, while leaving a big light in the middle so I could help and make shadow puppets too. I also taught them how to make a dog and talk in shadow puppet. I think all of these lessons come together to show that true essence of camp while using play at the center of learning. The domains I focused on are, so the ones that I had focused on the most in this unit were social and emotional development and cognition and general knowledge. So for domain 1, physical health and nutrition, I used goals 2, 3, 6, 4, and 8. For domain 2, social and emotional development, I used goals 9, 12, 11, 20, and 10. For domain 3, approaches to learning, I used domain 29 and 28. For domain 4, cognition and general knowledge, I used a lot. 30, 34, 36, 39, 32, 42, 46, 45, and 47. And then for domain 5, I used 48, 49, and 50. And those were all the domains that I had used. For my reflective purposes, I did the creating the camp scene first. I did that with a small group during morning. They usually have different sections that the kids could play in, and I just used 2 of the children, and we just used the buildable couch to build a camp scene, and I just asked them a couple of questions just to see if they could truly explain to me what they were doing and that they were pretending. For our second one, we had the group tent building. It ended up turning out to be a disaster because there ended up being a real fire drill during the middle of our group tent building, and so we had to go out for a really long time. I lost track of time, so the children were already interrupted, and then when they came back, they had that groove again, and then the host teacher decided, because of the fire drill being so long, that we were going to use the group tent building for the gross motor activity, which I feel was a little too long because some of the children kept kind of like left the group tent building, so I made it and modified the lesson to small groups and allowed some of the children to draw for the inside of the tent their own paintings and their flags that they wanted to put on the tent. And then other ones for a quiet activity if they didn't want to do that, because we were already ending that one. For my third lesson, I did the shadow puppets. I ended up finding a 2-minute video that was amazing, that the children loved about shadow puppets. I had a big light in the middle that I used to teach and show children how to do shadow puppets while they had their own to go around the classroom and do their own shadow puppets. So the next day, we ended up going and doing our rock counting and going out for that hour period, which was one of the goals in one of the domains, which was perfect, was getting on the right gear and making sure that they could have the stamina to go outside for an hour, and they did. They did not rock count for the whole hour, so the lesson was about 20 minutes. All of the children counted from memory how many rocks that they put in their bag, and then they took the rocks home, sorted them by size for their rock collection. So for the first aid, it was actually really fun. The children loved me pretending to fall and hurt myself, and I had the host teacher pretend to wrap me up so they knew what to do before they did it, and we took them one by one, and it was so cute. They actually really loved the activity because we ended up using popsicle sticks and fabric and started doing them on their own toy bears. I actually thought that this assignment was really amazing because one of the children had guessed that we had like some type of camping activity. We never talked about it around them, but they really wanted to do something with camping. And I was thinking of a s'mores activity, but I was like, I don't know if all of their parents will let them eat any of that sugar. So I never even did an assignment in that way, but it was really cool how everything ended up working out together. And that's how my integrated unit went.